Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is April 17th, 2021. You can tell I'm inside. You know why I'm inside? Because look what it is outside. That is some serious funk outside. And the bees that we're doing today, let me show you this. You might even be able to guess where we are. All right, there's your clue right there on the floor. Right there on the floor. 1, 2, 3. So if you can guess it, yep, we're back at Nicky's house in Metairie, Louisiana. That's right, Nicky DiMaggio. And we've been here, truthfully, at least 5 times, 4 or 5 times. And you can see on the floor where I showed you just before, it was 1, 2, and 3. And those are from that video that I made where I was saying where are the bees, and door number 1, 2, or 3. But today, the bees aren't in any of those. There's a brand new spot the bees have moved in, and I've already laid out the floor. I'm going to open up the floor and cut the floor. These bees have only been in here maybe 2 weeks, Hasn't been long. I set a trap outside. They didn't want to go in the trap. They like Nicky's inside of this house too much, and they didn't go in the trap. So they came in here, and before the hive got too big, I want to come over here and vacuum up, and then we're going to bring these girls up into the abbey. By the grace of God, these bees right here at Nicky's, they're coming up to the abbey. Charlie, you ready to wrangle?
Yeah, ready to wrangle.
You want to see where the bees are? All right, Charlie, let's show them where the bees are. This is the new spot where the bees are. Let me get the flare and show you where it is. Now, how about that for a signature? This swarm was a pretty large swarm, and they're right in the same spot. Now, I know we have electrical wires in there and a gas pipe in there, but all that's way below the floor joist, so I'm not too concerned about hitting them, but I will stay above it. Wreck-It Ralph ain't here with us today, so I'm doing his job. Let's wrangle, huh? So before I finish cutting the piece of plywood out, I want to stick these handles on here. And what this does, by putting these handles on here, it gives me actually some way to lift this piece of plywood up. And I know my bees are somewhere right around in this area. They may have some comb a little up here, but the flare was telling me that they were right in here. They were about 1 foot from the wall. So what I'm hoping is that by putting my handles here, I'm going to just be able to lift this entire hive up in one piece, put it on the sawhorse, and start vacuuming. So let's go ahead and attach the handles to the plywood, and then we'll make our final cut to take it out of here. So with our handles now firmly in place, I can make my final cut, and we'll start to lift this thing out here. Now, I don't know if I've made all my cuts and gone all the way through, so I may have to make some more cuts. But we're going to find out just how good a job I did. Oh, Ralph, he'd have gotten this in the first try. All right, I think we got all the corners cut. We got bees coming out. Now let's take a look and see what we really got underneath here. Look at that! Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's try to get these over to the sawhorse. You can see how soft this comb is. It's just collapsing. And you have to be able to handle this new comb really delicately. And so you can see that's why I twisted it. I just didn't flip it over, just to kind of slow it down, as it worked really well. So I'm going to start the bee vac, and we're going to start looking for that queen, huh? I just finished vacuuming up all the bees that were in the floor, and there really weren't that many of them. So the good thing is our queen is definitely somewhere in here. It's a beautiful hive. Unfortunate thing is, because this comb is so soft, none of this is going to be able to be used. And it's a waste of resources and a brood. But what I'm doing is I'm going to treat this hive just as a swarm, and I've got all old brood comb in the bee vac that they're being sucked up onto. So they're going to just be transferred in here. If I can, if it's possible, I'll try to get some of this comb salvaged, but it's just been my experience that this new comb, it's so soft it won't even frame up. I don't even know if it would frame up using the Mike Barry method, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, let's vacuum up some bees right here, and as I'm doing that, you know I'm looking for our queen. Right here.
Oh, look how big.
Oh, this is my cage. That's that girl. Thank you, Jesus. Woo! Nice. And make it good now. So I got all the comb removed, all the bees are off of this side, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over now, vacuum the bees that are underneath it, and then after we get those bees, then we'll get all the bees up in the window. Oh, there's hardly any underneath there. Well, what used to be is no longer there. That's right. It ain't there no more. It's not on the piece of plywood that we pulled out the floor. And there's no bees in here as well. And we still have one or two flying around, but I'll get those before we open up that bee vac. But what was a good thing, worked in our advantage, was this weather, because all the field bees were in the hive and we got them all. So normally you'd have bees flying in right now. The field bees that were out, they would be flying in right now. Nope, we got them all. This is a great removal. All right, we're gonna open up the box, show you that, and then we're packing up and headed up to the Abbey. Before me and Charlie get out of here, I want to show you, this is the cone that I cut out of there, and I'm sorry to say it's just too soft even to use. I've got it stacked up in here, but it's so soft, it's just not even worth the risk. I've got drawn comb already in that box where they are vacuumed into, and we'll go ahead and feed them and let them go from there. And speaking of what we got them vacuumed into, here they are. It is a nice mess of bees. I'm saying, you know, that 12,000–15,000 range for sure. That was a healthy swarm. And being that we saw brood in there that it had, we saw brood, and then I also saw brood that had emerged already. So this hive has been there minimally 3+ weeks. So I was told 2 weeks, but it's probably more like 5 weeks is what that hive has been in there since it swarmed in there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and load all this stuff up in the van, and Charlie and I close this video up outside, and if it's not raining too hard. Well, as you can tell, we couldn't do the shot with the van because of all this nasty rain that we're having right now. But we've got the van loaded up in spite of the rain and in spite of Charlie.
Hey, I tried.
And so what about today? What about today's adventure?
Oh, today's adventure was easy.
Easy.
Ralph, we could have used you to cut out the floor, but look, it went really easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, good.
Yeah, I thought this was, once again, I think this was actually the 6th time I've been here, and I'm sure I'll be back. I left the swarm trap, and I'm sure I'll be back. So you got anything else, Charlie?
No, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless, Mr. Ed.
And good time, Charlie.
We're out into the next video.
See you later.
The rooster made a trip across the lake.
It's so hot out here.
Oh, it's not hot. This is nice. He made a trip up to the Abbey because I told him, I said, Rooster, let me show you how I set traps. We're going to actually go to one of my secret spots. I'm going to blindfold him. We're going to go to my secret spots.
This is the blindfold.
Well,
won't let me see where the traps are.
No, I can't show him. I can't show him. And I confiscated his phone so he couldn't set the GPS.
I did come over here dumpster diving.
This is a swarm that I caught yesterday. In fact, they had so many bees on the outside of the box, I had to use my Everything Bee Vac and vacuum them up. All right, so you ready to go to the secret spot?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
I'm ready. I got some boxes just in case. And I brought my Everything Bee Vac just in case you need backup.
Put on that mask now. Put it on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Give me your phone. All right, I got it. All right, let's go.
I need a seatbelt.
No, you don't need. You're good. You're good. It's all right. You're good. We're good. Almost can take it off. Now we've been.
Let's walk. And you just
No. We're good. It's kind of dangerous. So
don't let me step in any holes.
No, you're gonna take that off. But I just want to say this. Oh no! You all right? You're That's all right. You can leave that off. We don't want nothing to happen to you.
You didn't tell me there was a drop off over here.
I pushed you. So what happened was we're only 5 minutes from the Abbey, but it took us 40 minutes to get here because I was driving all around.
We drove in circles. Either we're far enough that these are not his swarms we're catching, or he just drove me in circles and then drove across the street.
That's it. I just don't want you to really get it.
I almost threw up in this little mask a couple of times. I was getting so car sick from all the
turning around.
Yeah.
right, let's go see if we got bees here.
Soggy.
You know, we're walking back here, and I got my fingers crossed because I've been pumping this place up so much for the rooster, and we probably won't even have a swarm out here.
Oh, he's been talking this place up. Something awful.
Wait a minute. So
there's 14 traps out here.
no, not 14, but let me show you. Let me show you.
14 swarm traps on one house.
Now everybody recognizes this place. I mean, I pulled so many doggone swarms off of this house. It ain't funny. And so we're gonna go and see if we got anything right now. It don't look good though. Nothing on this box over here. This one and this one are always the first ones that catch swarms. These two right here.
When was the last time you played them?
10 days ago. It ain't looking good.
Nothing.
How embarrassing. And what's really bad is that I was really hoping to really, make you look bad.
How many he caught this time? Zero.
Yeah, but back at the Abbey, there's. How many you got?
One.
One. And when did you get that one?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Last night.
All right, we're going back to the Abbey now.